In September 2023, I completed what's known as the internet's toughest fitness challenge, the 75 Hard Challenge. And since then, I've been asked so many questions on my journey, and I'm coming on here to talk to you guys about my experience, the ups, the downs, would I recommend doing 75 Hard, what the benefits were for me, what the negatives were for me, if there was any, and just answering all the questions I've been asked quite often about the challenge in itself. Now, I know this is very, very late. I completed it in September 2023. It's now February 2024. That's a whole different story in itself. The Hard Challenge also taught me a lot about my organisation and how I really needed to get more organised. I ended up losing a lot of footage from like 6 weeks worth of content for my YouTube, and I also have filmed this video 3 times. This is my 4th time. This is the last time I'm going to do it. So in all the other ones I looked a lot more put together, I'm not going to lie to you, but honestly, when you've done something 4 times in a row now, it's kind of just like, I want to get this done. I want to help you guys, and I also just want to like make sure the video's out there and I'm not prolonging it anymore because it's just ridiculous. But yeah, that's a whole other story in itself, and the challenge has definitely taught me a lot about my organisation skills. And I feel like the challenge in itself, if you do want to start, is going to teach you a lot more than you think it's going to teach you. It's going to help you grow in many more ways than you think it's going to help you grow. Obviously, physical and mental well-being, a lot of people just think physical, but I honestly do think it changes a lot in your life and mindset and just everything about you, really. You learn a lot about yourself in the process. So yeah, I'm going to go over like the basics of 75 Hard. For those of you who don't know what 75 Hard is, I'm actually going to get it up on my phone, so I'm not lying to you guys. I'm making sure I'm getting the correct information. Let's just go on this one here. There's loads about it. It's so popular now, and that's why I wanted to do a video about it, just because I know that there are many people wondering whether they should do it, whether it's worth it, if they should try it. They want to know a bit more information about it, rather than just like the rules of what you have to do. So anyway, the 75 Hard Challenge is a mental toughness program created by Andy Frisella. Apologies if I said that wrong. Can't believe that just happened. How many times am I going to have to do this video? I ended up being like completely white and overexposed because the sun came out, and as much as it was gorgeous, you couldn't see me on my camera. So I'm just going to go through the rules. The 75 Hard Challenge consists of multiple different things that you stick to for 75 days straight. No cheating. If you do cheat, one of the rules that I did here was that you have to go back to day 1. So say if you like ate some bad food on day 5, or missed your water, or didn't read your 10 pages, then you rewind back to day 1, which sounds awful, but that's kind of the motivator to actually like stick to it and get it done, if you know what I mean. Anyway, besides that, the 75 Hard rules are you have to do 2 45-minute workouts a day, and one of these has to be outside. These workouts can be whatever you want. It can be Pilates, cycling, running, yoga, gym, a walk. Honestly, it can be swimming, absolutely anything that you want, as long as one is outside. For 45 minutes. Then the next one is drink a gallon of water daily. The third one is read 10 pages of a non-fiction book, and preferably like annotate it, highlight it if you can. The fourth one is stick to a strict nutrition plan. This can be absolutely anything. There is such a wide variety of nutrition plans you can stick to. Mine, for example, was I wanted to have intake at least 100 grams of protein per day. The next one is no cheat meals or alcohol. So you know what cheat meals are. We don't need to go deep into it. If you want to eat some fruit, fruit's healthy. I know it has sugar in it, and I know there is so much controversy about so much different foods. You know what bad foods are for yourself, and be realistic with yourself. Like if you want to have a fruit salad, but you're like, oh my god, that has sugar in it. Really depends how strict you're going to go with yourself, to be honest. But when it came for me with things like fruit and stuff, I would eat the fruit as long as I'm not eating a bag of sweets, or as long as I'm not going out for a meal or eating a takeaway or a McDonald's. I can eat a fruit salad. Some people's opinions might be different on that, but that is just my opinion personally. The last one is to take a progress picture every single day. Now I switched this up a little bit because I really wanted to just like see like bam bam, like complete, like see what the difference was in my body. I felt like doing pictures daily wasn't going to motivate me enough, so I did pictures and videos at the very start on day 1 and pictures and videos at the end, and I compared them, and it was like the most exciting thing I probably did last year. But yeah, So that's up to you, obviously, how you want to do it. If you want to take videos every day, pictures every day. I also like documented it on my Instagram if you want to go and check that out. My Instagram is jenny_ward.xx. I will leave everything as usual in the description. I will also pop the rules to the side because I know sometimes I'm forgetful, but I'm pretty sure I've gone through all the rules, so they're there for you. Yeah, that's the main like gist of what you have to do. Unfortunately, I actually documented everything on my Instagram, which went fine, and also vlogged everything. So I did everything in portrait, and I also did everything in landscape, and I documented pretty much my whole life for over 10 weeks. And as you can see on my YouTube channel, if you've seen before, I've only done like a few weeks worth of 75 hard because I was a bit of a silly sausage, and through all of this I was learning a lot about myself and realising I'm not very organised, and I lost so much footage with being a content creator as my full-time job. I'm self-employed as a content creator, creating my own content for YouTube and creating content for my socials and my Instagram. Yeah, I just had so much content, it was ridiculous. I ended up losing loads of stuff, so I didn't actually get to edit and post all of the stuff that I actually filmed. There was even a week where I vlogged every single day and made 7 different videos just for that 1 week, but we won't go into that. But it definitely taught me a lot about my organisation skills. Yeah, because doing 75 hard can feel hectic. It's a lot to do. It is a lot to do. Like, you realise, oh my god, like how the hell do people fit this all in their day? You can do it, it's possible, I've done it, many other people have done it. But yeah, it really does teach you how to manage your time a lot better, and you need to be a little bit more organised if you're going to do all this stuff with life as well. On top of the 75 hard being a challenge and it's all fun and exciting, but you also have life. So yeah, anyway, that was a little bit of a backstory, a little bit irrelevant as well. But anyway, let's get to it. Is it worth it for you? I think for myself it was definitely something that I needed to do for myself. I felt so proud of myself afterwards, and I'm very, very grateful that I did it, and yeah, just super proud of myself for doing it. But that's for you to figure out. So you can watch this video, and if you feel like, you know what, this is for me, do it. And if you feel like, you know what, this isn't for me, that's also fine, but maybe go back and reflect on why you think this isn't for you. Is that an excuse? Is that your lack of self-confidence? Go back and reflect on it if your answer has changed to a no after researching a little bit more into 75 hard, because if anything, it should make you more excited. Because look, I'm here, I've done it, I'm just like a normal human being, and I managed to do it. You can definitely do it too. But we're going to go over everything in a little bit more detail. So the reason that I took on the challenge in the first place was due to a lot of things actually. So in the start of 2023, January, I really did start smashing the gym. Like, I was going to the gym every single day. I was really working on myself, working on my diet, making sure I was intaking more protein, drinking more water. I really had like a self-reflection year in 2023. But when it got to summer, I felt like I'd been working so hard, and now, like, bear in mind, I have always like loved the gym, loved fitness, used to do athletics when I was younger, always loved yoga, eating well, all that kind of stuff. Like, I have always loved it, and I have always been in pretty good shape and been quite confident in myself. However, there were times when, now everybody's different, but this is just my own personal experience, there was times when I looked in the mirror and I was like, I am working so hard, why am I not seeing a difference? Why am I going to the gym day in and day out, eating well, not drinking alcohol, doing all this stuff, but like, why am I not seeing a difference? And then I realised it's because I wasn't pushing myself enough. I was kind of, yes, I was going to the gym every single day, but I wasn't. Was I doing it for 45 minutes? Was I drinking a gallon of water every day? Was I sticking to a strict nutrition plan? No. It was kind of all over the place. As much as I felt really physically and mentally fit, yeah, I felt like I needed something more. I really wanted to see like a big shift in my body, because I would still be eating like Mackies and like all the stuff that's obviously exciting and you should definitely do in your life. But yeah, I kind of just realised, like, Jen, you're not pushing yourself. If you really, really want to see like a massive shift in your body, you have to make sacrifices, you have to make the change. Yes, you're doing the right things in order to get yourself there, but you're also doing the things that are preventing you from getting there quicker. So yeah, for me, it was pushing myself past what I thought were my limits, and I really wanted to gain like a shift in my self-confidence, to know that I can do absolutely anything that I put my mind to. I think that was the main one for me, is am I actually capable of saying what I say I'm going to do? Because I've always had this self-doubt in myself that as much as I do all these good things for myself, Can I actually do something I say I'm going to do for a certain period of time and stick to it? No excuses. And I guess that was actually the main one for me. And the other one obviously being like, I want to see a massive shift in my body. I want to see a transformation. I want to, yes, I'm doing really well and I'm working on my body, eating well, but I want to see like a big shift. So yeah, they were my main reasons. One about my own self-confidence and just being confident in my own words and what I say to myself and my promises that I make myself. And also because I wanted a difference in my body. I wanted to see something and I wanted to be proud of something. I wanted to have completed something and gone like, I can do this. I said I was going to do it and I've done it. And I can say that now, which feels amazing. But anyway, so that was kind of like my motivation for doing it in the first place. And my food, my nutrition and diet was kind of all about the shop. I wasn't very consistent with my meals, and sometimes I'd like not eat till a certain time of the day, and then sometimes I wouldn't have much protein, and then other days I'd have loads of protein. And I was just like, Jen, just breathe, you just let's get ourselves organised, let's get ourselves in the right place physically and mentally. Let's get this show on the road, because we can't be faffing around like this anymore. It's too much stress. The second thing, mental toughness. Now this I think was like a huge one for this challenge. So mental toughness of this challenge, it's f***ing hard. I went into this thinking like, oh, you know what, it's really not going to be as difficult as everybody says it is. It's only 75 days. It's only a few months. I don't even know how many months it ended up being. But like, yeah, I feel like, my God, my ego is so far up my arse with this challenge. I genuinely thought like, surely it's not going to be that hard. And you know what? I don't even think it's for the reasons that I thought it would have been. I thought like the hardest part is going to be doing a 45-minute gym session every single day, or like 45 minutes worth of workout and then do one outside. I actually came to terms with that. I actually ended up really enjoying that part. I ended up falling in love with going on walks again. Like I'd missed doing that so much, and I ended up falling in love with going on my walks. It made me feel so good. I woke up and pretty much every single morning I'd go on my morning walk, and if I couldn't do it in the morning because I didn't have the time, I'd do it in the evening, and it really helped me de-stress. I was going through like a big transition in my life at that point as well, with like work and becoming self-employed and stuff, so I had a lot on my mind and the walks really helped me. But it's f***ing hard. It really is hard. I think it's all of it put together and saying like, right, I'm going to do this every single day. And in week 1, you're feeling great. In week 2, to be honest, personally, I'm going to talk about, I keep saying you, like your experience is going to be different. So in terms of mental toughness, on day 1, it was a very bittersweet feeling. I was so excited, but also petrified at the same time, because I was like, okay, I've actually put this on social media now as well, like there's no going back, like, and especially for myself, I hate quitting, and I don't like people seeing me quit either. That is a big motivator for me. So yeah, as soon as day 1 happened, I was so excited, because it was just like a rush of adrenaline and motivation and inspiration. I was feeling really good. Like I was so scared, because I knew I'd finally committed myself to something. Week 1 felt amazing. Like I was on it like a carb on it. I was doing so good. Felt so productive and motivated. Week 2, honestly, like in week 2 I was like, oh I'm only in week 2. I felt like I've been doing it for ages. Yeah, so that was like, I don't know, I really struggled personally with week 2 myself, but again, like when you're feeling like that, you just have to remember your why. That was the huge motivator for me. That's the thing that kept me going, why am I doing this? And I just kept going back to the reason why I started the challenge in the first place. And as long as you have that either in your head or written down somewhere, I had it written down as a quote on as little quotes on my phone. I had it on sticky notes, and yeah, I went a bit excessive with it, but that's just because I wanted to remember, and I was constantly reminding myself of it in my head. Definitely remember your why, and that is what got me through, and I'm so proud of myself for sticking to it. But yeah, by week 2, honestly, I was just like, I don't even know if I can do this anymore, which was ridiculous and sounds so pathetic, but it's just one of them things when you've done that week and you feel really good and the motivation's now lacking a little bit, the inspiration's gone, you realise you've got yourself into something you're actually going to have to stick to, and you're only in week 2, and there's like, I think it was like over 11 weeks, I don't even know. I think it was like 11 weeks or more. I can't even remember. I'll have to figure that out and put the number here. But yeah, it was hard. And then week 3 to week 6, I was feeling so good. Like I just was really proud of myself, I think, and I was just running on this like adrenaline and motivation, and I felt so powerful that I'd actually like got this far in something and stuck to something for so long, especially when all my friends were going out drinking, having meals out. It was summertime, bear in mind it was coming towards the end of summer, but it was summer. So yeah, I was felt like I could miss out on a lot of things, but it also did teach me a lot of lessons about like FOMO and just do your own thing. You can also enjoy things without having to drink alcohol. You can enjoy things without having to eat the bad food. Like, that's not just what life is about. And I kind of have been learning that over the past 3-4 years anyway, but I still had this like little thing in the back of me going like, oh, am I missing out if I don't? Like, why can't I just have one drink? And then I was like, no, you're sticking to this. You've decided to do this. You need to stick to it. You have to stick to it. You promised yourself. Like, don't let yourself down just because other people are having a glass of wine. So anyway, by week 6, I remember I was really struggling again. I felt really down, and then that's when I started realising I'd lost all my footage and stuff. So I really went through a mentally tough challenge at that point, and that also then brought a lot of self-reflection into my life in terms of like my organisation skills and like how I organise my life. Why am I feeling down? Why am I like being a negative Nancy? Why am I not being positive and stuff? And it really did help me reflect on how I actually like went about my life, how I figured out solutions when I was feeling shitty, when I was feeling down. It helped me understand myself a lot more. Like, this challenge brought me a lot closer to myself, and for that I'm very, very grateful. But yeah, and then by week 7, again, flying. But then I'll tell you what, the last week of the challenge was probably the hardest one. Now, I know that for a lot of people it was like, oh my god, literally 1 week left to go, it's so exciting. And it was exciting, but I was like, well, I've basically done it now. Like, can I go have a Zzz's? Do you know what I mean? And I kind of was just like, oh my god, I've got this far. I feel really good in myself. I feel amazing. I already can see the difference in my body and know the difference in my mindset and my mental well-being. Why can't I just stop now? But I just kept getting reminded by my why, like, you have to finish this, you can't stop here. Then you're gonna have to go back to day 1, girl, and we're not doing that. So in my honest opinion, that was like how my weeks went. And I don't want to say like, oh, I was feeling so productive and motivated and happy all the time, because I wasn't. Sometimes it was really difficult, and sometimes I didn't want to do it. Like, there was days where I literally got out of bed and I was like, I don't want to have to go to the gym today. I want to rest, or like, I don't have to do that 45-minute workout. I feel so like bloated from drinking all this water at the first couple of weeks, and I was like, but this is all going to work out for the better. This is so good for you, and like, you will reap the rewards. You just have to stick to it. So yeah, in terms of discipline and stuff, it taught me a lot about my personality. It taught me a lot about my bad traits and also my very good traits. It taught me a lot about self-reflection. It helped me self-reflect a lot, and it taught me a lot about how powerful you actually are when you put your mind to something and you push through them negative thoughts. The negative thoughts, I think, was probably the worst bit. Like, I can't be arsed, you're not good enough, what's the point in doing this challenge anyway, you're not going to see a difference, you can't do it. Or just like all the self-doubt just like started kicking in. And to be honest, I'm so proud of myself for getting past that, because that was something I've always really, really, really struggled with. So yeah, you know what, my biggest tip on that is just remember your why. Like, just remember why you did it in the first place. There was something in you that wanted to do this in the first place. Go back to that point every single time you feel a negative thought or feel like you don't even want to start in the first place. Go back to that reason that you did want to start in the first place, because there is a reason you wanted to do it, and you deserve to give yourself that kind of love to do something that you were so passionate at one point about doing. You deserve to try it. Now, moving on to like hydration and nutrition, it is absolutely crazy how we neglect how much water we actually need in our body. Like, I used to drink a lot of water. Like, I was that girl that's constantly had a water bottle on her, but I did not realise how much water I still I was not drinking enough. And oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how much more energised I felt after doing this challenge. Like, on a day-to-day basis, I have like very low iron issues, like low iron issues. And I always usually feel very drained and sluggish and stuff. And honestly, after this challenge and during this challenge, my energy levels went whoop. Like, I was so energized all the time. As much as I couldn't be asked to do things sometimes, I had so much more energy. I felt so much more awake. I felt so much more hydrated. I just felt more alert. I felt more there. Like, honestly, like, it was actually crazy. I think this was obviously down to everything, but hydration and nutrition was huge for this. I also was having my like electrolytes every single day, and because I was drinking so much water, I was remembering to have my vitamins, my tablets, my electrolytes, like things to put in my drink. I was remembering to have all of that. But yeah, it was actually crazy. Hydration and nutrition is so important, and that's something I really neglected for myself when I wasn't doing the 75 hard challenge. I'd sometimes eat well and sometimes drink loads of water, and then I was just constantly like up and down, and I feel like this really helped me understand my relationship with food, and how you can enjoy meals without them having to be like cheat meals. You can make fun versions of things. Like, to be honest, I did have protein bars throughout my 75 hard because I knew I was going to crave something sweet, but if I was going to crave something sweet, obviously I'm not going to go for chocolate or a bag of sweets. Like, I am going to have a protein bar because I'm giving myself part of my daily target for my nutrition, which was obviously 100 grams of protein per day. You can make fun things out of nice foods that are good for your body. Like, you really can, and honestly, just go and do your research. There's so many different like videos and Instagrams, reels, YouTube videos, stuff on like Google, the internet. There's so much stuff, even on ChatGPT now, that you can ask like, what's a healthy version of something that I can make? And yeah, you get to experiment, you get to do new things, taste new things, try new things, make new things, and yeah, you feel so much better in your body. You feel lighter, you feel more energized, you feel less bloated, you feel less sluggish. You actually are just a more positive person when you're eating well, because obviously gut health is also related to the brain, and it's such an important thing. And I just had no idea how food was impacting me and impacting my mood daily, which was just crazy. And since doing this, yeah, I've realised food is so important, and nutrition is so important, and looking after your body inside as well as out is just as important as anything. And hydration was just huge. You do bloat. Well, I did bloat for the first like couple of days of drinking that much water, but afterwards, God, I felt great. I felt absolutely great all the time. It was helping me with my bloating. I was barely waking up bloated anymore because I was drinking so much fluid and water. I had less headaches, I slept better, and yeah, all in all, just felt amazing. So I could go into hydration and nutrition for so long, but honestly, like, it's just going to be too much of a long topic, so that's kind of all in all. Oh, quick disclaimer, I am not a professional personal trainer, I am not a professional health coach or fitness coach or anything like that. I'm not a professional anything, doctor anything. I'm literally not a professional. So yeah, this is just my personal opinion and personal views. Make sure you speak to your GP or your doctor if you do have any questions, queries, or anything that you struggle with your body or your mind. So yeah, this, God, I always do that. I always never do the disclaimer, but there's a disclaimer. So anyway, back to the video. The next thing is work routine that I wanted to talk about. So obviously, you have to bear in mind, I mean, I was going through a transition anyway. I was actually turning to self-employed when I was doing the 75 hard challenge. So I was going through like a big shift in my life. Just make sure before you start this challenge that you plan like when you're going to do these things. So is it in the morning? Are you going to do some things on your lunch break, or are you going to do it after work? Personally, I'd say try and get it done in the morning if you can. And whenever you have pockets of time, that's when I used to do my reading. So when I was working my 9 to 5 as well as my extra content creation jobs, I would just find any pockets of time to do certain things. So on my lunch, I would actually sometimes go on my 45-minute walk, and I'd take the extra 15 minutes and not have a break. And then sometimes on my lunch, I'd do my reading. And then before or after the gym, before or after work, I'd go to the gym or do my second workout, as well as my walk. My walk was what I usually did for my 45-minute workout, just because it really helped clear my head. Obviously, just drink water throughout the whole day. Same with your food. Are you going to like maybe plan meal prepping? What kind of food are you going to have? Are you going to, just like plan your work, plan your routine. Routine is huge for this. I definitely think like make sure you have a plan in mind about like when you're going to do these certain things. So if you do work a 9 to 5 job, are you going to do things in the morning? Are you going to do it in the evening? Are you going to be able to do it in the morning or the evening? Try and work yourself, be realistic about it. And also, yeah, if you have any little pockets of time, you might just want to chill out and not do any of it in those pockets of time. But I think it is a very good thing to do if you're a busy person and you've got a busy life. Just find them little pockets of time when you can do certain things. Time management, again, this kind of comes into routine and stuff. So if you are self-employed, by the way, like I am in the position now where I am self-employed, and I'm very grateful for it, and it is a little bit different, but for those who are working in 9 to 5, you do have to have better time management, and so do you if you're self-employed, if you have a lot of work coming in, and you're just a busy person in general and you need some rest time. Just make sure you plan this all out before you do your challenge, because I think my issue was I didn't plan it out before I did the challenge, so I was kind of figuring it out as I went along, which is great. You will also learn to do that, but I would have appreciated it a lot more for myself if I had planned that all beforehand, because then I just know I'm doing this at this time, I'm doing this at this time, and I know I would have completed my day's worth of the challenge by this time. I feel like if I had a better structure in terms of when I wanted to do these certain things in my day, then yeah, it would have really helped me a lot. So that is just a little tip, just like figure out, it's fun, it is really exciting. Like I love a routine, I love like a little bit of an organisation situation. So yeah, just like plan around what you do in your life, whether you're self-employed, not working, whether you're literally just doing nothing at the moment, whether you're at uni or whether you are working a 9 to 5 or part-time, literally whatever you are doing, whether you're travelling, yeah, just figure out what pockets of time work best for you to complete these things. Write it down somewhere, even on a piece of paper or on your phone, like as your wallpaper, so you just have constant reminders when you know when to do those things, because sometimes with a lot of things going on in life, you can kind of forget. So yes, as long as you just have like a little reminder of when you want to do these things, that will really, really help you. Next question. The next thing I wanted to talk about was like tracking my progress. So obviously I did say at the start, like I literally, personally, this was what worked for me. I took photos and videos at the start of the challenge and also took photos and videos at the end of the challenge. That was what worked for me, but most people take photos every single day. Some people take videos every single day. It's completely up to you what you do. Don't get too like fixated on like, oh my god, I didn't take a photo today. As long as you've done them before and after, I genuinely think that's what matters. Because to me, that wouldn't have helped me. Like I didn't want to see my progress every single day, because I wasn't going to see much difference. So I wasn't going to be very happy with the results. So I was happy to just do videos every single day and like vlog it and stuff, which obviously again you don't have to do. But my main focus was like, I want to see a before and after. And that is simple as that, really. That's what helped me. If you want to do that, other people might say like that's cheating, but to me it really wasn't cheating. I did my progress, I recorded it every single day, so that was kind of my own version of taking photos every day. Was I was vlogging it every single day and posting it online, which was a lot in itself. Oh my god, if you're a content creator and you think about the fact of doing other content and then also doing the 75 hard challenge, filming it, editing it and posting it every single day, it's just crazy. Like I don't know why I put that much pressure on myself, but you know what, again, another challenge and I did it, so I'm proud of myself. I'm honestly like a bit of a extravagant person. What is it, like I'm either all in or all out, and honestly sometimes when I go all in I'm like, Jen, you're crazy. But yeah, to be honest, all in all, that's like the main bulk of the things that I actually wanted to say. Obviously I'm so grateful for everybody I had around me. I had really good social support. I was also doing it with my partner and my best friend was also doing it, and I met a lot of people on the way through social media who were also doing the challenge. Had a lot of support on social media and also in my personal life, which was absolutely amazing. So I am very, very grateful for that, and in a very nice position where I do have amazing people like that around me. And if you don't have people like that around you, maybe cut them off. Like maybe they're not for you. If they're not going to support you through doing something like this and they think you're weird, different or boring, then you don't want to be around them anyway, because that's not the energy that you want around you when you're trying to better yourself. But yeah, all in all, I had like really good social support, so I was really, really grateful and happy that I had amazing people around me that were there to support me and not judge me for what I was doing and be there for me and understand that I wasn't going to be going to certain things sometimes because I was doing something else instead that was to do with the challenge, or whether I just didn't want to go because everyone was drinking and I just really didn't want to go and not drink. Sometimes I did go and didn't have any alcohol, but sometimes I was like, it's going to be a lot better for me if I just like stay at home and do my own thing tonight. Maybe I need to read my 10 pages still, so I'm just going to chill out and do that, maybe go on a walk. I had a really amazing people around me. My boyfriend was doing it with me and my best friend was doing it with me. So I am genuinely so grateful for the people I had around me. And you are your own best friend anyway. So even if you don't have anybody or think you don't have anybody, there are so many amazing people out there, even on the internet, that are there to support you and there to reach out to and stuff. And you are your own best friend and you don't need anybody else to help you through this. You can do this yourself. Obviously it is nice to have the support and stuff, so yeah, I'm very, very grateful for that. Obviously there was a lot of challenges in this challenge. That is called 75 hard challenge for a reason, but I am very, very grateful for the challenges because it genuinely taught me a lot about myself. So I actually couldn't be more thankful and happy for this for myself, because I have just learned so much about myself in the process. I have formed a lot of habits, and I understand my body a lot more now. I understand like when to rest a little bit more. I understand when, instead of to go to the gym, yoga might be helping me a bit more tonight. I understand how good it is to get outside in nature and go for a walk and do a workout outside. Even just going on a really slow walk is just incredible for your mental health. Reading, I have got the reading bug again now. I mean, I've still had the reading bug since I finished 75 Hard. I've really got back into that again. So yeah, like honestly, I couldn't tell you how amazing this challenge is, or was for me, myself personally. Yes, it was hard. Yes, I wasn't in the mood to do it all the time, and it was difficult, and sometimes I did feel like giving up, but I didn't. And that again goes back to just remembering your why. If you are wanting to take part in this challenge, I really recommend you just going for it. Like literally just go in all in, just go all in, just like go straight on, head first into that thing, go right through it, because you can do this. Like, you are so capable of doing it. I had so much self-doubt in myself. Even when I was doing good things for myself in general, I still didn't have that confidence, and I was capable. I could do it. So yeah, overcome the self-doubt, overcome the fear, challenge yourself, push yourself this year. I'm so like low-key envious of people who are starting 75 Hard for the first time, because honestly thinking about it is like such an amazing memory. It was such a big part of my year last year. And it was for a long period of time as well, and I met people through the process, and it was just so amazing. And the outcomes that I had, obviously, if you've seen on these photos, may not seem crazy to some people, but to me I was so proud of myself, and I was really happy and confident in my body afterwards. I was still happy with my body before, but there was just something not like, it just wasn't where I wanted it to be, and I've still got so far to go. Like, I'm still love the process, love the journey of like getting fitter and working out every single day whenever I can. Obviously I go for my meals now, and sometimes I have a little bit like naughty things to eat. Yeah, it's definitely taught me a lot, and I'm really proud of myself, and anybody else who has done it, I'm so proud of you. And if you're about to do it, I'm already proud of you for thinking about doing it in the first place, because that is taking the first step. But yeah, obviously, yeah, as you've seen in the photos, it may not seem like anything to anybody, but to me, I was so proud of this result. Like, when I saw the before and after, I was so happy, and I felt better in myself. I felt brighter, more energised. I felt more confident in myself. I'd look at myself in the mirror. Some days I'm obviously still not going to be completely happy with it, but I also taught myself how to love myself a lot more in this process of doing this challenge, and yeah, to trust the process. When you do something and you stay consistent with it, you are sure to see results from it. Just stick to it and don't give up on yourself, because that's what this is all about. This is for you, this is for yourself. You are doing this for yourself. You deserve to do something good for yourself. Don't make anybody else think otherwise. Like, do not let anybody else think that it's a stupid idea to do a 75 Hard challenge. If you want to go do it, do it. Like, that is the only thing I need to say. If you want to do it, do it. You're doing this for you. You know why you're doing this. Stick to it, and honestly, you will feel incredible. Like, I can't even explain how this made me feel. Like, I get a little bit emotional talking about it sometimes, just because I know all the difficulties I went through with it, the change in my life I was going through at that point in time, and even then I was still capable. Yeah, this has just had a huge impact on my lifestyle and just my knowledge of like health and fitness in general. I learned a lot about myself, about my body, about how to listen to it, and other ways around having fun in just my general life, because a lot of people would find doing this like slightly boring, but it actually is the complete opposite, and you learn so much about yourself and how to enjoy life and just things in general without having it to be like the social norm of having to drink to do it, or eat bad food, or like not go to the gym and like go out partying instead. Like, all of that is fine and it is fun and it is good, but doing the 75 Hard was probably one of the least boring things I've ever done, because it taught me so much about myself, and I have learnt so many lessons from it, and I am honestly forever grateful for it. I know I keep saying it, it sounds so dramatic, but this is a difficult challenge. Like, if you really stick to it the way you're meant to stick to it, this is hard. And so I am genuinely just really proud, and I want people to do this and feel just as good as I do about myself for completing it, about themselves. Like, I want you to feel just as good the way that I felt. And I know you will if you do actually stick to it and you do it and you remember your why, and you prove yourself right. You prove that you can keep promises to yourself. It is the best feeling, knowing that you can stick to your word. And it can help you in so many areas of your life. Like, that's a different ballgame. Like, that's a completely different conversation. But yeah, all in all, I am so proud of myself for doing it. If you are wanting to do the 75 hard challenge and you have any more questions, please let me know in the comments below. Also make sure to follow me on my socials, where I also have some of my 75 hard videos still on there. I'm pretty sure if you just like scroll down on my reels, they're all there. So yeah, if you're wanting to do this challenge, do it. You will not regret it. If you do it properly, stick to it and stick right through to the end. Remember your why. Keep going no matter how you are feeling. Remember, you can still listen to your body and change the way you do things. You don't have to go to the gym every single day for 45 minutes. If you're feeling like doing some yoga because your back's a bit sore, or girls, if you're on your monthlies, like, just start to learn your body a little bit more and what you want in terms of nutrition and in terms of physical fitness, because physical fitness also helped me massively mentally, and now it is kind of like my little escape. Whenever I'm feeling really down, I either go for a walk or do some sort of physical fitness like the gym, and I always come out feeling better than I did starting it. So if I'm having a down day, I know if I eat well and if I do that type of fitness that I really can't be asked to do, I know that as soon as I've finished doing it, there is no way I'm finishing my walk feeling worse than I did when I started. There is no way I'm coming out of the gym doors feeling worse than I did when I went in. I will always feel better because it is literally science. Yeah, it's taught me a lot of life lessons in general, but if you want to hear a little bit more about any specific thing to do with the challenge or specific things I've said in this video, please let me know in the comments below. I am going to finish this video here because I have been rambling on for like an hour and I need to cut all these clips, so yeah, that's going to be crazy, but at least we've actually finished the video this time. Thank you so much for listening. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. That way I know that you did enjoy it and I can make content a little bit similar to it. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year. 2024 is going to be a really good one. I know that so many people are working on themselves this year, so I hope that this inspires you to go work on yourself, push past your limits, and just test yourself in general, like test your limits, build that self-confidence. Also, if you have already completed the 75 hard challenge or the 75 soft, or you are wanting to do it, let me know in the comments, because I'd be really interested to see who's doing it and who's done it and your experience with it yourself. Yeah, but I am going to leave you there. I'm actually off to the gym, so I'm going to go get my gym gear on and go to the gym because I've had a very busy day. But again, changes in your lifestyle, this is a really amazing opportunity, so I hope you take it if you have had it in your mind to start. Make sure you remember your why, and I love you all, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.